welcome to another broadcast. Let me move this camera back a bit because I look a bit cross-eyed now. Do I look a bit cross-eyed? Anyway, so I've got my tea, a little brown Betty. She's all ready to go. We're going to have a bit of a chin wag. How about that? I think you're really going to enjoy this video. It was very inspired by, if you hear that in the background, that is the kittens, okay? They're not wanting to go outside today. It's a bit nippy. That I was inspired this morning after meditation that I felt was very, very essential to share with you today. So it's a bit off course as far as, well, not so much a bit off course, but it was inspired by a bit of an experience that I had just recently. So I thought I would share what I've learned through the experience, okay? So it is 10 signs that someone in the Cottage core community on Instagram is using you for clout and being fake. So this is going to help you, 10 things that are going to help you spot someone that is a fake and a phony on Instagram, okay? The Instagram can be a quite lovely place, but there's a fuzzy end of the lollipop where it's a bit rougher, right? So this is how I really want to help you. If you are on social media, this is the place to be, because I'm going to help you really be able to square away those people that are a bit dark horses, if you know what I mean. And so you can eliminate those quick and straight away. Number one is they will begin taking on the things that you also do. So for example, now this is not an absolute, okay? This is me just having a little chin wag with you. Me just having tea and we're going to prattle a bit, okay? It's not absolute definitive things. You have to use your own discretion and your own gut feeling, okay? This is not the time when you're trying to find the people that are inauthentic and fake and a phony, okay? There's certain behavioral tactics that they use. Now, I understand this because when you live with a narcissist for close to 30 years, and once you come out of that, you start to recognize this. This plays also a part in friendships, okay? So this is why I really want you to know that I'm really trying to help you, okay, loves? Because I went through these experiences and I still don't always get it right. Like some people, you know, but nipping it in the bud is really the quick way to recognize it. And then you can move on about your life and know that the stronger you get in an area in your life, the better you become at it. And so you become like a master, and then you can weed out all of the people that are really disingenuous, okay? So like I said, this is not an absolute for everything. There's always a little caveat, right? But this is probably 90%. These are the things. If you see these things, be on the lookout, okay? Be on the lookout. Number one is they begin to take on your habits, your mannerisms, your particular, the way you dress, maybe the way that you, the things that you do, they begin to take those on. They begin to take those on as if they're characteristics of themselves. And you might recognize that they're beginning to do this. Now, a little bit is absolutely normal, because when we spend time with other people, we naturally, because we are humans, we naturally will take on the essence of our community or our tribe or whatever you want to call it. And that is absolutely normal. And it's wonderful to be inspired by someone. But there's a difference between being inspired by someone and absolutely become another version of this person. So they might begin trying to, you know, wear the same type clothes. And like I said, this is normal to a degree, but you will know that they're jealous of you or they're doing this to get into your good graces. Do you understand? They start to dye their hair if they start to want to be friends with the same people that you're friends with, they want to literally like buy the same kind of things that you're buying, they're changing and altering all sorts of things that are very much, and you can see it, you can start to recognize it. A little bit goes a long way, okay? So what you want to do is, the natural thing is to become inspired by someone. Just as though I told you that the whole bullying situation with Guinevere von Sneeden, right? That was a big issue in my life, okay? Very big. And at the time, it was instrumental because my mental clarity and my confidence and my self-esteem was very, very at an all-time low. So I was going to completely disembowel my entire personality because I was so insecure. And now that I've learned so much, I understand people like that these kind of people that bully people. This is why I'm such an advocate for women, that if they're being mistreated like this, that you call them on the carpet. I don't care. You might like this person. You might think she's just the cat's meow. You know what I mean? Like she's the coolest cat down the road. But my experience of having that with her and her continually doing this to other people is a clear indication that she hasn't learned, okay? And karma will eventually catch up with these people, and it will not be pretty, but that's not our job to worry about it. It's not our employment to become vengeful. What our employment is to do is to recognize what we played a part in this particular thing, because I was a very insecure person, not believing that I was the wonderful person that I am and that I'm so unique in my own way, that she felt threatened by me, which is an indication of internal jealousy, not envy. I'm going to do another whole entire video about envy and jealousy because they're two different things, okay? They're absolutely two different things. And so I believe that's what happened. She was a phony, she is a phony, and she is masking that, and she was threatened by me. She was threatened by me. And I now understand that I am a chosen one, that I feel very special. Everyone should. Everyone should feel that they are extremely special and wonderful and lovely. And I am making this my opportunity to call these particular people out for the experiences that I had with him. If I didn't have an experience with you, I have no reason to call you to the carpet because you have no significance in my life. And that's the reason. It's not like I have, that have a skin in the game when this is happening and occurring to many hundreds of people. Because whereas I don't coach, when I say coaching on videos, I'm not speaking of coaching like I literally, people hire me to coach them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the hundreds of people that email me on a continual basis, and they don't want to be recognized. They don't want the name out there. But if they're consistently coming to me saying, oh my God, thank you so much, Raquel or Little Razzie, for talking about this, because I've experienced the same thing online. I've experienced this bullying and all of that. And the problem with this is most of these women, and lovingly, and the reason I can completely relate to them is because this is why I say it's so important, women, to become confident and to change your belief system, because if not, you're going to continually find that this happens to you and you won't be able to hardly pull yourself back out of it, because you will have mental breakdowns. I almost had a literal breakdown, and I was so upset and felt so powerless, because this is what bullies do. This is what they do. They do it behind the scenes so that everything that they're doing on the outskirts of it is all intentionally planned. They navigate this way to do this. And why you think that I have some kind of, vendetta against Guinevere von Sneeden, which her real name is Jenny Woods. And the reason that I have this problem with him is not because I want anything from her. Like, my fame is going to surely outweigh hers. And that's completely fine. And that's going to be probably part of her downfall, is that You cannot treat people like that and expect you're going to come upon someone and one day you're going to meet your match and you're not going to like what happens because of it. Because what's going to happen is karmic debt is come to pay your dues. Okay, you're going to pay your dues if you do not make it right. And she never made it right with me. She knows what she did. She just completely went dark, changed her handle, so she put little dots in between and kept the account and bought her, you know, her blue tick mark. She bought her blue tick mark so she would feel significant because she didn't have a blue tick mark, but she bought it. And this is the problem with people like this. All they care about is numbers and gaining clout. And I'm here to tell you, and if you're watching, Guinevere, I hope that you understand, unless you've made it right, you've got bad karmic debt coming to you, darling. You're going to rise and you will surely as fast fall, my darling, because I have given you so many opportunities to come and apologize for what you did to me, and you've never done it. You skated out and slithered away like a little viper snake. That's what you did. And I'm here to call anyone that does anything like that to me, not getting away with it. People are going to hear what I say. And can you imagine when my platform's really big? Can you imagine what's going to happen to these people? You need to make what you did right. And then I wouldn't have a problem with you at all. I actually like your content. I think that you're absolutely charming. That's just my opinion. I have a subjective opinion. You can take it or leave it. It's kind of like my great-grandmother used to say. It's like a chicken bone, okay? You take what you want, you throw away the rest. Do you understand? You don't have to listen to me. None of you have to listen to me. And this is not a, like, I'm going to get them back or I want attention. It has nothing to do with that. I'm going to have massive attention when the reality show comes out. I don't need the clout. I'm explaining to you what happens when I started to recognize how people began to react when I told them that I'd gotten the reality show, that I was cast on it. And it's Hello Sunshine. It's not like it's some peon YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that it's big. It's Hello Sunshine production. Reese Witherspoon, everyone knows her. And so this is the problem. This is the problem with people on Instagram, okay? And especially the Cottage core community. This is a massive problem. And I've had a massive problem with many people. And yes, I surely will go on to call you out. This is why people are not truth seekers. And they've too long rode the coattails of something else, and they've never called these people out for what they've done. And it might just be this subjective thing that happened to me because I was mirror reflecting at that time an insecure person, because I was insecure. So obviously I'm going to reflect that. So recognize that, darlings, that when you are insecure, you will attract other insecure people. So that's why I really, really advocate for you becoming a confident person. So then when you see these people literally wanting to, like, they're fake and a phony, okay? Because everyone deals with this to some degree, whether it's in your neighborhood, your community, your village, your church, old friends that you knew in high school, family even, that you're going to recognize these things that they're fake and phonies, okay? It doesn't necessarily always have to be about Instagram, but because I have, the reality show is called Cottage to the Core, this is why I'm specifying this. And it's such a rampant problem. You guys know, you darlings know, I just did the video the other day about the cottage core, why is it problematic? And so I want you to recognize these signs. So I know I've prattled on, so, you know, pour yourself a cuppa because this is going to be a longer video. It's more of a ranting kind of video, okay? But I also wanted to put these things in there. So that was number one. Okay, number two, now this is for Instagram. If you notice someone, okay, say for example, you've got loads of followers, and this person is kind of like, doesn't have as many followers, okay? They've already started to do certain things. They might start buying certain clothes or going to the same shops that you do, or using the same verbiage that you do. This is what I've noticed a lot of women have done. A lot of women do this to me. They have done this to me in the past. and you don't have a large following, or you're not anybody famous or anything like that, this is number 2. They will give you no attention. They're not going to give you attention. These people that are trying to chase clout chasers, these people that are clout chasers want people that have larger accounts than them. And if you don't have, like, you're just a nice, lovely person, and you comment on the post on Instagram, but you notice that they never really give you any sort of attention. This is another sign, okay, that they don't care about you as a person. It's all for the numbers. It's all for popularity, because most of these women that don't have larger accounts are deeply insecure. They're deeply insecure. So they're trying to get that fame and that notoriety and that validation from Instagram fame. That's what they're doing. The other thing that you're going to notice, if the other person that they're following, that they want to notice them, they're going to constantly put in they will start to post on their account things about you, things about this popular account. They will put that handle in their description, in their stories. They will constantly want to do that to bring light to you that you are connected to this bigger account, which will entail them getting that stream of revenue of followers, okay? This is another thing they do. They will also, this is another sign, they will also purchase and do things for you if it's a larger account, okay? Like, for example, people will send me things, and they will hope, they're praying, they're hoping that I am going to give them attention. They won't say it at first, but if you give them something, like people will send me things, send me gifts, they want me, they haven't said anything, but they want me to show that I'm appreciative on my stories and on my Instagram, so that they will get recognition from that. Then you're going to, now see, this is different. This is playing out differently. And I'm telling you the things that happen. Even though I have a low number, I'm representing what will happen because of me being cast on that reality show, that I've seen this for 2 years, okay? Yes, they will want you to begin putting your handle name in their Instagram posts, or talking about you to a degree in their stories, okay? This is another one. Before, if they've been doing this for a while, say for example, they start to following you and they've been following you for a couple of months or whatever, and you can recognize that they're constantly like sending you messages, or they're putting your handle name in their post, and you're not acknowledging them. Number 4 sign is they're going to get upset. They're going to start showing roundabout way. This is a manipulative way that they will do it, because they will begin like to say something like to you, maybe privately on Instagram messages, the DMs. They will say, yeah, how come you didn't, like they'll start to unravel a bit, but they won't show massive signs of it. But you got to give it a while, okay? They're going to do this. They will play it for a while. Number 5 is, if you do not play into the hands of number 4, they will unfollow you. They will unfollow you. And they will begin to basically mute you. They won't respond to messages. They won't do any of that. They're going to try and ghost you, okay? Because they really don't care about you. Do you understand? Unless you have big numbers, they don't care about you. So you're going to recognize, and your gut will tell you, loves. Your gut will tell you. Your stomach, when you get sick in your stomach, that's your gut. Don't go by mental logic, because mental logic can be talked down. You can talk yourself out of it because it's a mental logic. But your gut tells you that you know something's up. And all you have to do to know the answer, if someone, is this person not authentic? Like, I'm really starting to question this person. And it might just be one little thing that's like a shred of something, but your gut never lies to you. Your gut doesn't tell you. Most of the time we're ignoring through logic our gut, but our gut tells us this isn't good. and you need to listen. This is what's helping you to become a stronger person, because your gut will tell you, and then you ask spirit. Don't ask your friends, don't ask your mommy, don't ask your best mate, don't ask your darling dear best friend. You go unto yourself and you say, I'm going to trust my gut. I don't care if the whole world's telling me. If I were to ask them, I'm going to go with my gut. And you nip it right then and there, because what it's going to do is help you to become a stronger woman, and you're going to find this and you're going to see it signs really, really rapidly. So you won't have to play this nonsense on stilts for literally a year, 2 years. You don't understand it, and you will recognize it straight away, okay? And this will help you to eliminate all the falsity and all the fake and phony people in your life, because you don't need them, darling. You don't need them. Number 6 is, if you're the bigger account, okay? If you're a larger account, you happen to go on, do a little investigative work, like, I wonder who this person follows. And if they're following all of that community of that clique, if they're following all of those sort of people, you know they're in it for clout. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're in it for clout. I'm not saying every time, loves. I'm not saying every time, but I'm telling you, a large portion of these people, this is another sign. I already said number 7, so I had included that in the other one, where they begin molding into you as a person. They begin doing the same type of things that you do. So if you, for example, do something, they're going to almost mimic it to a degree. And they're going to do what these other accounts are doing, because they are seeing what they're doing is looking, what is everyone else doing? Now I'm going to follow that path. That's another sign that these are followers. These are sheep. They're not authentic artists. They're doing whatever is going to get them to go viral, they're not beating to their own drum. And you can tell people that don't beat to their drum. If you're looking at counts and you see this person and you see all of the people that they follow, and they all start to look the same, like it's like, oh, well, I didn't even know that was a different person. They're starting to mold into each other. This is a sign, love. This is a sign, okay? Number 8, if you that have the larger account and you're the popular one, okay? And they notice, they want to get into your clutches because they want you to help them to get famous. They want to use you to become famous, okay? They will also follow your friends, okay? So the people that you were initially following, they're going to also follow those same people. Now, to a degree, that is okay, because we're all hashtagging particular things in the cottagecore industry, right? We're hashtagging that. But if you know that these people have come sort of out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, well, now they're changing up. Why are they changing up? Doesn't seem like this is originally that person. Like maybe their art wasn't originally, like they're completely going off of another path, and you're like, wait, that looks like that artist's work. That looks like that artist's work. And they're switching it up, and they're constantly doing this and that and this and that and this and that. You know that they're concerned. What they've become is obsessed with becoming famous on Instagram, because they think that, oh, if I become famous on Instagram, I'm famous. It's all an illusion, darlings. Because listen, if you have a business online, if you have a business on social media, you don't have a business, my love. You don't have a business. And I hate to break it to you, but it's true, okay? Because I know what's coming down the feed. Do you understand? You women that are doing this cottagecore stuff, and you think that Instagram's going to make you famous and whatever, and yes, it may. But if you're not authentic and you are not doing the things for the right reasons, you're not trying to literally help people. You're not trying to educate people. You're not entertaining them. You're basically out for your own well-being, which is understandable. We all should be out for our well-being, but you should not do it at the expense of other people. You're taking advantage. You're using people, and this is terrible. This is awful, and it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Okay? It's going to bite you in the ass. Let's just clear that out right now. That your grandmummy, Mummy Raz, has come to tell you karma is a bitch. Okay? Do you understand? Karma is a bitch. And it is coming for you, darlings. It's coming for you. So you better reverse engineer the things that you've done. If you know and you ask Spirit, oh, have I burdened or hurt someone? You better make it right. You better make it right. That doesn't mean you've got to go to that person and make it right. No, that's like me expecting Sawyer's murderer to come and apologize to me. I don't need it. That's not what I'm talking about. You better make it right with you. And what can you do? Ask Spirit, what can I do to make this right for this other person? And whatever you feel led to do is what you should do. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to go to this person and ask for forgiveness and all of that. No, you don't have to do that. That's not what I'm talking about at all. You need to make it right with you, and knowing that you literally did something that was harmful to someone, and it infiltrated an entire community. This is not right, because you're egotistical. This is not what our world, the new earth, the new collective is all about. The new collective is about inspiring people, helping other people to go unto themselves, to feel lovely and confident that they can achieve their dreams. Not for you to sit up there on some high horse like you think you're something on the pedestal, and you're not. You're not. We're all on the pedestal, darling. And this is what I want women to believe and know with a surety. You change your belief system, you are going to become absolutely the most strongest warrior of a woman that anyone's ever seen, that anyone has ever seen. But when you're trying to do things that are absolute maniacal and deceitful and vengeful and unkind, the universe sees that stuff. Do you understand? Stop being a twat. Stop being a twat. Do what's right. You women, do what's freaking right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And so I'm here to stand up for myself, obviously, and for all of these other women that have been bullied online by nonsensical, absolute twats like the ones that I've described. It's unacceptable, and we're done with it. We're absolutely done with it. Do you understand? You're not getting away with this anymore. Done with it. We're done with you. Do you understand? Make it right. Get your shit together. Do you know what I'm saying? Number 9. This is another thing they do. They will try and attempt, if they live in the country that you live in, okay? Most of the people I love are in England. But the people that are using or wanting you for clout, they want to get a photograph with you and them in the photograph. This is another narcissistic thing that they will do. They want to have a photograph with you, and they want you to post it. So recognize when someone, like if you're friends, that's lovely, but they want to get a picture of you, or hey, let's do this for the Instagram. They're making it sound as though, let's do it. But they're really using you, loves. They're using you. They only want that because they need to attach you with them so that they, in turn, what? Get more traffic. They want your traffic. They're using you. So take that as a sign. That's a sign. Number 9. Number 10 is they want you all to themselves. So a lot of times they will begin gossiping or saying little tiny remarks. They won't start out full blown. No. They just have to plant the seed, the little seed. This is what people have done to me. They plant the seed that you shouldn't like this particular person or this particular person. Now, I write a blog, okay? I've been writing a blog. All these years, I've been writing about this stuff, about friendships and what women do and all of that. And I've learned from the best of them, the best meaning the most manipulative, that you wouldn't see this coming or going. Because if you're literally a good person, like I'm not saying that I've been, squeaky clean and I'm polishing a halo over here. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is I owned up to my responsibility of the things that I used to do, and karma bit me in the ass. Big time, 1,000-fold, and I've learned my lesson. I've absolutely learned my lesson. So if you're doing something, I'm going to call you on the carpet about it. That doesn't mean I'm a hateful person. That just means I'm a truth seeker. Do you understand? I'm not going, if you're friends with me, you're going to only speak good about other people. You're not going to be in my realm. I've learned this just most recently. If you start speaking ill and gossiping about other people, then I want no part of you. You are not a nice person, because if you're doing it with me, you're doing it to me. Do you understand? It's the same thing with adultery. You lose them how you get them. Do you understand? And it's the same thing with friendships. If you're gossiping about other people, just know full well, loves, they're gossiping about you. It's just when you're not around. Do you understand? This is a sure sign. Number 10 is the sure sign that they are gossiping, and what they're trying to do is to weed out the other people, because they want to reign supreme in the devotion, that you become devoted to them, because then they can begin to try and control you and control the narrative. And so when you don't take their advice, right? You're just a lovely person, you're a friend, and you're trying to share advice, or you're trying to share your good, wonderful things that happen in your life, right? And you're like, oh, I'm doing this, and oh, I'm taking a quilting class, or oh, I'm doing this, and oh, I started a non-profit. And if they're showing you no signs of interest whatsoever, but they want to go back to, getting all of the people that you like away from you and them being the center of your life, this is a sign. They don't care about you, love. They don't care about you in the genuine way. They really don't, because true friends want to see you succeed. They're so interested. What are you up to today? What's Razzie up to today? And if they're not encouraging, they don't, like if you have an online business and they don't buy your product, they don't buy your book, they've never supported you, they've not even subscribed to your YouTube channel or subscribed to your blog, which is free. It's free. You won't buy a book for $8.88? They're using you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't. I'm sorry to blow it to you, love, but that's the truth, okay? I give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you want to, if you like this kind of content. Mostly, I told you, I do all self-development, things of that nature, but I might even show you things in the cottage, that I'm getting up to, and like literally, like I live in the cottage core, I live the real cottage core. And you could check out some other videos of mine as well, like me doing laundry and all of that. So I've put all my Patreon episodes on my YouTube, so it's free of charge. I'm never going to charge you for things. The only thing I would charge you for is to buy my books. You like Merry Maids. This is all about it. This was inspired obviously from Beatrix Potter, because I love her, but it's also inspired by my time, as a little girl. I kind of envision me as a little girl, because I'm a retired Wiki Watchy Springs mermaid. And so if you know the story of the tale of Peter Rabbit, this is exactly like that, but it's the tale of Merry Maid Scarlet Rose. And it's a beautiful little story, and it's following your heart, doing what is best for you, loving yourself, and it's also you reap what you sow. So if Peter Rabbit was also reaping what you sow. Obviously, poor little rabbit, poor little bunny got sick, and so does Merry Maid Scarlet Rose, because she follows her own heart, but she reaped what she sowed, because she did not follow mommy's instructions. But if you wanted to have this lovely little birthday party or something, I think it's a beautiful little story. It was when I first, after 35 years, I had not painted since I was 12. That whole story is on my YouTube somewhere, but the video is about me not believing in myself, and I forgot that I had actually literally gotten a 4-year scholarship at an art school. And I turned it down for waiting for a missionary. And I forgot all of those years. I literally completely forgot who I was. And I did not even know that I knew how to draw and paint. And I had blocked that out, I suppose, because I was so insecure and in such a terrible state of affairs. And you you lovely darlings know that whole story on my blog, right? Because I write about it, and it's going to be in my book that's coming out this year. So if you wouldn't mind, listen, you can unsubscribe to my blog. You can unsubscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free, darlings. It's free. So if you want to get, you know, because I write there at least 3 to 4 times a week on my blog. And that's only 2 things I do. I don't sell anything else. You know, I just sell my books on the Amazon. And that's how you can support people and you know that they're genuine. You know, if they're trying to sell you a bag of tricks, then you might want to be a bit leery of them, because I'm talking about in spirituality, okay? Because spirituality should be free. You should go unto yourself to accomplish all of your dreams and goals. But also, you know, YouTube is lovely, but when people start hammering you for money and flogging all of this shit that they got going, you might want to be a little bit leery of it, love. Because most things are free on the internet. You don't need to pay for all that shit. No, you just know that you have to believe in yourself and know that you are the operant power. You are the God of your reality. There is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. And don't let anyone convince you that you need a coach or you need to buy coaching and all of that. You need to run for the hills. I was in religion for 42 years of my life. Pentecostal and Mormon. 2 big ways of knowing that you better run for the hills when people start trying to sell you stuff about religion and spirituality. Spirituality should be free. Even Neville talks about this. Neville Goddard talks about this. Daddy Neville says in his book, if someone trying to ask you to pay for anything spiritual besides encouraging you to purchase a book, but you don't have to, or a donation, like I do that on my YouTube channel. You can buy me a cuppa if you want, because people have asked me, hey Raquel, how can I don't want you to send me gifts, you don't need to send me anything, just if you feel that you would love to purchase my book, or The Tale of Sawyer Lamb, or my book that's coming out all about spirituality and all of that sort of thing. And it's based a lot on Neville, but it's my personal experiences and the things that I've learned, success stories, all of that sort of thing, right? Where I came from, what happened, my divorce, all of that you can purchase it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, you've got to purchase it. No. You should run for the hills. Unsubscribe and run for the hills, my love. When people do this, I'm telling you, they're fake and phonies. I'm telling you. You know, the spirituality, it's like a $38 billion industry. You've got to be careful, loves. There's many flakes and phonies and dark horses out there, loves. Dark horses. And I call them dark horses. That means that they're shady. Very shady, my loves. So if you liked this, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel and follow me on my blog if you would like to, loves. You don't have to, but I'm just saying that if you would enjoy it, I would greatly appreciate it, because if you subscribe or you comment and you like the post, that pushes the algorithm and it helps other people to see my message. And that's all I want to do, is I want a platform for people to see my message, that for people, women, most importantly, to remember that they are such queens and priestesses and goddesses and beautiful mermaid goddesses, and that they have the power. We have the power, loves, to change the world. Do you understand? That we're so powerful. And if women can really come together and be authentic women, not this nonsense on stilts, you know, that we can together change the world. We can change the world, you guys. Isn't that a lovely notion to think about? I think it is. And Prudence, my darling female kitten, agrees, right? And the bunnies agree. Should I show you the bunnies one day? They're the ones from the Christmas story. So I hope that you enjoyed this and derived some benefit. And as always, I'm most affably yours till my next swim. Toodle pip, darlings.